Hi, Cindy Hodnett with Furniture Today here at High Point Market. We're kicking off market talking with a couple of guests who have had a lot of stuff going on over the past year. Rebecca Osborne and Ashley Barnett of the RW Collective. We're going to dive right in, Rebecca. Okay. A year ago?
Just a year ago, that's
a
correct.
Year, it seems like so much longer.
I know.
But you and Michael, the COO, pulled an all-nighter. And I want you to tell people a little bit about that. We've reported on it, but I think it's good to revisit what happened during that trip.
So we were in a meeting, me, Michael, and our director of finance. And it was a Friday afternoon at like 5 o'clock. And our phones started blowing up. And we were getting a phone call that Bauhaus factory was closing. So we had been buying from Bauhaus, and we had spent, probably 9 months really working on product development. Wow. Yeah. And we'd spent a lot of time there. So it was a really important vendor for us. And so when we got that call, it was devastating. I mean, we were like, yeah, we just spent all this time. We had just placed a huge PO. So we got the call and I turned to Michael and our director of finance and I said, we need to buy this factory. And they were like, what? Okay, we don't have anything else going on, right? So we had no idea who owned the factory. But we got on the phone, we started calling people, we found out who the owner was, and we just called him and we asked him if he was interested in selling the factory. And he said, can you drive over to Tupelo tomorrow? So we did. We got in the car, we drove 8 hours. And we got to Tupelo. We met with him for the first time ever on Sunday morning at 8 o'clock in the morning. He pulled in his team of managers to come in and talk to us as well. We got a full tour. We looked at financials, which were really bad. We negotiated, and then all the managers left. And we probably spent about 10 hours at the negotiation table. Yeah. Wow. We had our attorneys on the phones. We wanted to make a deal that day.
Yeah.
We knew that it was important if we couldn't take it over immediately and not skip a beat, that things would kind of fall apart. So.
And you saved all of the jobs, the employees. So when somebody came in on Monday and said, what'd you do over the weekend? It's like, oh, we bought a factory in Mississippi, right. Literally.
Yeah, we made a deal. We signed a contract on Sunday. Then we started messaging all of the team members, and 100% of the team there, all 75 employees, came back to work at 7 a.m. on Monday morning. It was incredible. It was so incredible. And we had hugs, we had tears. It was just a really great moment.
Well, and I think it's important too. So let's fast forward. Here we are a year later, give or take a little bit. And you recently told me how much of your production you've been able to shift to Mississippi as a basis of this. Talk about that.
So we were doing a lot of production in China still, but we were trying to shift it to the U.S., but it was just a struggle. At this point, we've shifted about 45% of the China production to our U.S. facility.
And looking ahead, and Ashley, we're going to get you into some of this, but looking ahead in terms of what you see coming more in Mississippi, also with the line, with what you guys are doing. Talk a little bit about that, and then we'll jump in with Ashley.
Yeah, so we're not, Bauhaus factory was just really making sofas and swivel chairs, things like that. We're adding more categories. Ashley's actually been heading up the PD department. There was a lot of organization that was needed for that department, and she's done a phenomenal job getting it organized. So our PD process is faster and more efficient. Mm-hmm. So we've had a huge focus on that on the last year because we were bringing so many new designs at such a fast pace. Yeah. So it's been a whirlwind. It's been really exciting. Right before the show, we actually just my mom designed a mahjong table. Oh. And the PD department just got it out in a day. It was insane. It was so amazing. And it's so cute. So that's one of the new introductions for the show. But we've been really big. We developed a pillow program. We bought a new cutting machine from Australia, and that was a big part of the strategy for the pillow program and just for efficiency in general. So that's been a huge add as well.
All kinds of stuff. Now, Ashley, you have retail experience, Rooms To Go, right? Yes. Formerly. Mm-hmm. So talk a little bit about what you're bringing to the table. So I know you've got a trends story that you're telling. Let's hear a little bit about that.
So this was a new adjustment for me because I was a little bit more removed when I was working for HM Richards. So coming into RW, I'm at the factory twice a month and really checking out the production line, and just I have more access to those things just because it's a little on a smaller scale, that I'm able to go out there and see PD and see the production line, see what's going on. So it's been an adjustment, but I appreciate it because I've learned so much just being there every couple of weeks.
Absolutely. And trends.
Yes. So
Yeah.
I know.
Everybody's waiting
This is
to
my favorite
hear.
part anyway. So this season I focused on 3 major trends. The first one is modern heritage, which is making everything more eclectic, like you see old is new again, and mixing them together. One of my favorites from this category is we did an English roll arm and did like I did a 2/2, and it's all feather blend. It's in a stripe fabric, like a little ticking stripe. Yes. And we put a little floral pillow on it. It just makes it feel eclectic, and and I still think it can still target a younger category. I think we had a lot of retailers interested in it. It's the first thing they see when they get upstairs. So, and a lot of plaids and a lot of stripes for that category. And the second category is floral fever, and I mean florals are everywhere, and I just and so this is the first time I told Rebecca, I was like, I want to go big with florals. And so I
You did.
She
You
did.
did.
She was like, what do you think about this? And I was like, I love it.
Hear me out.
I love it.
We have to tell everyone, because that image is a showstopper. I haven't seen it in person yet, but tell everybody what we're talking about.
Yeah, so we did the Braxton modular sectional. So it's a great big modular, I think a total of 7 pieces altogether, including the bumper ottoman. And I did it in a linen printed, a floral printed on linen. It's a blue vintage look. It's really
A massive floral sectional. I never thought I would say that all at once. It's fabulous.
It's a statement
fabulous.
for sure. Yes.
Okay, so that's 2, and then you had a third.
And then the third one is contemporary coastal, which is kind of like the modern coastal collection. I did a lot of whites, light blue, ivory, more neutral tones, but still a lot of softer blues. I didn't want to be too beach coastal, so it's still, I think, like lake house and really like Nantucket, those kind of looks.
Excellent, excellent. So, we encourage people always to go by showrooms and find out what people are doing while we're here at market. But post-market, what do we want people to know? What to look for RW Collective?
Well, one exciting thing that we are focused on now is in-stock, ready-to-ship merchandise, which is really important these days.
Absolutely.
We focus the showroom, this show, on everything being in stock or on the water on the way, or it's special order from the factory. So that's a 4 to 6 week turnaround. So that's a really important strategy for us right now. People walk in and they're like, what's new and what's in stock?
Yes.
And
Yeah.
in our showroom, there's always a lot of new, but this time there's new and it's already all in stock. So that is an exciting thing for us.
You guys have all kinds of stories that you're telling. We're going to continue to stalk you and tell your stories. And we look forward to watching what you do next.
Thank you, Cindy.
Thanks.